If you're looking for a channel, keep it real and spitting facts. No need to look further. Gangsta emoji where it's at.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, keep it real.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, you can feel. If you looking for a channel, keep it real and spitting facts. No need to look further. Gangsta emoji where it's at.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, we keep it real.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, you can feel.
Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Lita, and I'm back with another video. So first things first, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to the hottest YouTube channel on this planet, where we keep it gangster with our gangsters. So how y'all doing? Y'all alright? Y'all okay? Well, good then. If you new around this block, we ask that you go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends and family, and most importantly, subscribe. Subscribe. Become part of the family. And when you do become a part of the family, make sure you turn on your gangstification bells. Turn them on. So that way you can be the first one. Not the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, or the sixth, but the first one to get this hot sizzle as we drop it off in these YouTube streets, honey. But please, don't forget to make sure to like this video. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. Either way, we thank you in advance for simply just watching. So the next part of this will be some clips from this article. And then after that, of course, you'll have my commentary. And it wouldn't be your girl, Miss Lita, if I didn't have some questions. So I hope you're ready.
It was inside this Wallace Street home where authorities say 4-year-old China Record died an unusual death. Autopsy found that China died of alcohol poisoning. Police say the 4-year-old took a sip of Canadian Mist whiskey out of a bottle that was left on the kitchen counter. They say her grandmother, 53-year-old Roxanne Record, then forced her to get on her knees and drink the rest of the bottle as a form of punishment. In a warrant, police wrote that her 28-year-old mother, Kaja Record, knew that was happening and did nothing to stop it. Nobody called 911 until China was no longer breathing. Both women are now booked with first-degree murder. He shows China's blood alcohol concentration was 0.68. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, anything over 0.31 can be life-threatening for an adult.
Father Amiri Queen got the call no parent should ever have to get. His 4-year-old daughter, China Record, died from alcohol poisoning. Now Emery is left to figure out a way to bury his baby girl.
Okay, y'all, so let's get into what we just heard. We just listened to the news report as they talked about China Record, who died at the age of 4 years old. The autopsy was performed and they found her blood alcohol level to be at 0.680%, which is more than 8 times the legal limit for an adult who has been drinking to be able to drive. Again, that's more than 8 times the legal limit for an adult to be able to drive. Okay. Now, this child suffered at the hands of her grandmother, whose name is Roxanne Record, at 53 years of age. Multiple doctors have stated that even if a fully grown adult had consumed this amount of alcohol, that it would have been fatal.
To put that into perspective, Baton Rouge Dr. Ronald Andrews says that's about 10 shots. He says nobody could survive this.
It damages your liver and your kidneys, but it slows your respirations.
Roxanne Record has finally admitted that she messed up and told the officers that she wanted to take full responsibility for China's death. She realized that she had gone too far. China's mother was present at the time that she was given the alcohol, the whiskey. At the time, she was given and forced to drink over half the bottle of whiskey. The mother failed to stop Roxanne from providing the alcohol to her child. According to police, the child was also said to be placed in a bathtub and was unresponsive, and no aid was rendered. Roxanne has since made other statements stating that she has ruined everyone's life because of this action. Both Roxanne and Khadijah Record have since been booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on charges of first-degree murder on April 22nd. According to Louisiana police, this is the fourth child this year to have passed away due to injuries sustained by a family member. And it's only April, y'all. So that's one child a month that has been killed by a family member in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
If you don't want to be a parent anymore, there are many different layers, many different groups out there that offer help.
Of the two women accused of killing a 4-year-old baby by forcing the toddler to drink a bottle of alcohol is speaking out tonight. I had the chance to speak with the daughter and sister of both the suspects. Here's a look at what she had to say. It's only been a few days since 4-year-old China Record was killed. Baton Rouge police say the baby's grandmother, Roxanne, forced the baby to drink a bottle of whiskey as the mother, Khadijah, watched. Family members say they are still in disbelief.
We all fail. We all fail.
Ebony Record is the daughter and older sister of the suspects. She says China's death falls on the shoulders of the entire family.
I should take blame too. I know the type of person my mom is. I know how my mom felt about China.
She claims her mother physically and verbally abused them as kids and did the same to her grandchildren, but they never reported it to police out of fear. She believes if she would have spoken up sooner, that China would still be here.
We was never gonna tell. Then it's sad that it took a body for people to know what goes on over here. It's sad. I'm 30 years old. And it took for my niece to die for me to speak out against my own mama.
Ebony says her mother should pay for what police say she did.
She not getting out. She gonna pay for what she did because you took it beyond too far.
But she feels her sister, the child's mother, has suffered enough.
My sister already gave 28 years and a baby. Why do she have to give the rest of her life?
Hopes that more people will speak out about abuse when they see it instead of waiting too late. For now, reporting in Baton Rouge, Perry Robinson, WAFB 9 News.
So, you know it wouldn't be misleading if I didn't come with the questions. Now, my first question is, why didn't Khadijah let her child stay with the father if they both was being abused? I don't understand that. Or is this something that Ebony is saying to try to get her sister off from a first-degree murder conviction because of something that her mother has done to her in the past, that she has animosity and stuff built up towards her mother? I really don't understand. Or why wouldn't Ebony take China in if they were being abused and she was aware and had knowledge of the abuse? Is there anyone who can confirm what Ebony is saying, that they were abused as kids? It has to be someone that they've spoken to in regards to abuse, because it'll mess with you mentally, which it could be the reason why Khadijah was still there with her mom, because some people, once they're abused, they don't know how to get away from their abuser. They become accustomed and immune to the behavior that they don't realize that they're being abused, and they can't escape and they can't get away. So I really would love to know why Ebony didn't try to, or did she, get custody of her niece? Why were they still within the home is my main question. Then, if they were being abused to that magnitude and had been for years, why wouldn't any of them go and seek help for the abuse, so that way they can stop the cycle and they can begin to heal from the abuse that was done to them? Why not? Because you can't be the best you for your child if you still holding on and harboring old hurt. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. Then my next thought is, did Khadijah ever speak up for her daughter? At all? Did she speak up for her at all? Or was she too afraid of her mom to act on her child's behalf? I would love to know that, because I know Roxanne is trying to take all the charges. So is she trying to take all the charges because her child actually did speak up for her child and she ignored her and continued to do what she was doing? Or was Roxanne, like I said, afraid of her? I'm sorry, not Roxanne, Khadijah, afraid of Roxanne to the point where she knew that nothing that she said was going to be heard. I definitely want to know that. Then I would love to know who actually put this baby in a bathtub unconscious. Because that's the main thing that we need to know. Because someone realized this child was unconscious, why didn't they call to get help? Or why didn't they try to perform CPR on this baby and try to revive her? Who put the child in the bathtub? Because that's the main person who needs their butt whooped in addition to the granny. Because if mom put the baby in the bathtub and she knew she was unconscious, why wouldn't she have contacted the police? Why wait until after the fact that the baby is dead to contact the police? The grandma needs to be put under the jail for giving the child whiskey. Like, how would the child even know what she was drinking was whiskey? And then she said she thought that the baby took a sip of it. If the whiskey bottle is on the counter and this child is 4 years old, that's a long reach. That's a long reach for a 4-year-old to get to the counter without spilling it to get to this whiskey and drink it. So that's questionable. Now, the reason why I say that's questionable, because let's be honest, how would this baby be able to grab this bottle and pull it down towards her at 4 years old without spilling it from a counter? Now, I definitely don't see or even begin to understand how the grandmother could have thought that this child snuck a sip of her whiskey and the bottle was on the counter and she didn't spill it. That's very odd to me. And that, to me, makes me wonder and question, was she looking for a reason to give this child a whooping? Or to do something to this child? It has to be a reason why she would make this child drink a half a bottle of whiskey. Because no one would wonder if a 4-year-old had drunk some whiskey that was on the counter and they pulled it down and they didn't spill it. It's as if she was looking for something. Then to put this child on her knees and make her drink this whiskey, it's like she's telling the child that she was beneath her. That she is beneath her. She's belittling this child. So in some incidents, I do see where the abuse could possibly be when Ebony speaks about it. But my whole thing is, why let it be a body before anyone speaks up and says anything? Because that looks suspicious. It makes it look as if you're trying to get your sister off, but because of your mom's past, you're not going to do anything for her. Somebody should have spoke up a long time ago. I'm sorry. This child should not be deceased if someone would have simply spoke up a long time ago. Spoke on that child's behalf. If you've known that you've gone through it and it impacted your life so, then why not be a voice for your niece? I don't get that. I just don't get that. Now, y'all might say I'm mean for this next part. And I apologize if I step on somebody's toes. But why in the hell did they carport look like that? It looked like the junkyard. So if the carport looked like the junkyard, I can only imagine what the inside of the house looked like. I can only imagine. Why would you have all that junk out there for the world to see? Why? Like, that's crazy. Was you trying to be Sanford and Son? I don't get that. I don't get that. It's out for everybody to see your junk. That's crazy. So it definitely makes me wonder what the inside of the house looked like. What was the living conditions that this child was going through? I just don't understand this. The last thing I want to say is everybody's trying to speak their truth now in regards to how this was a sweet baby and everything. But where the hell was the people that loved this child? Why weren't they the voice of reason for this child? Why didn't they try to stop the abuse that this child was being given? Why? So now why the hell do you all want to be the voice of reason? You should have been trying to be the voice of reason for this child so she could have been here. But now that she's gone, everybody got something to say in regards to their past and how sweet this baby was. You should have been trying to take care of this sweet baby. But I'm your girl, Miss Lita, and I'm out this thing. Peace.
Just a doll, an angel. And it's hard. You have a son, a daughter. Love on them tonight as much as you possibly can. We all hurting.
Another day, another story. Keep it gangsta with gangsta emoji.
Keep it gangsta.
Another day, another story.